Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Bertrude and today we're using one of my all-time most cherished builds. This guy here is called the War Goblin. So we're a level 30 build, we've got 30 vigour and 25 strength. In our flask we're using the green burst crystal tier for stamina recovery and the opaline hard tier for damage negation. And here's a quick look at the armour and talismans. Take special note of the raw medallion to boost our raw ashes of war. The weapons we're using are quite simple. We've got the Highland Axe, which also boosts our raw ashes of war. And then we've got the Great Club for our first option as our main weapon, and that's equipped with the Troll's Roar. Really cool ash of war, I'm a big fan of this one. And then besides that we've also got access to use the standard club, that's equipped with the Beast Roar for a nice projectile option. And then finally we've got the Starfists that are equipped with Endure. These will be on the build at all times in our second weapon slot. And that's the build guys. It's quite a simple level 30 build, but this one's all about the character. Anyway guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content, but it's time for you lot to sit back, relax and enjoy. Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an absolutely awesome day. We're back at it here on the War Goblin, the good old green boy. This angry little thing that you see in front of you, raised by war, you know, subject to absolute turmoil. He's been put through some horrendous things, and over the course of his life, with the things he's seen, the unspeakable, horrible things he's seen and been witness to, he's been shaped and moulded into this absolute war machine you see before you. He's got no feelings. All he cares about in life is war and going to war and fighting and killing. He's going to get in your face and he's going to swing and swing and swing, and he's going to make you fight because that is what he wants to do. That is all he cares about. Watch this invasion guys. He doesn't take much personal regard for his own safety. He can take a lot of hits. He's tanky enough, he's pretty tanky, but he likes to get in there. There's nothing pretty about the War Goblin. There's nothing fancy. You're not going to see any fancy stuff from him whatsoever. He likes to get in and he likes to brawl. And he just gets in your face and he makes you fight toe to toe. Don't get me wrong, he's not brainless. He knows what he's doing. He's an artist. When it comes to war, the art of war, he considers himself Picasso. You know what I mean? He considers himself a little bit of a Van Gogh when it comes to the art of war. He's gone for a backstab there on that Kevin, but he missed it. He missed the backstab, but he's coming back at him with the Starfists. He just loves to fight. He absolutely loves to get in your face and force the issue. Everything's fast paced with the War Goblin. Everything's chaotic. He's going to come at you and he's going to force that chaos onto you. And if you can't deal with it, then that ain't the War Goblin's problem, that's your problem. And you're going to be in for an absolutely horrid time if you can't keep up with the pace that the War Goblin's setting. I mean, look at this. What a scrap this is turning into already. Fair play to these two, because the War Goblin's coming at him with everything he's got. All his knowledge about hand-to-hand close brutal combat is throwing at these two, and they're staying in it up to now. They're staying in the fight, and it's looking like, you know, it could go either way. But the War Goblin thrives on that. When things get a little bit hairy, when things get a little bit spicy, that's when the War Goblin truly comes to life. He just took a backstab there from the horse, and all that's done is make his blood boil and get him a little bit more angry. And when the War Goblin's angry, that's when he performs at his best. He loves the chaos. He absolutely loves the chaos. He saw that ash of war coming from a mile away there, from the Sword of Night and Flame. It was a good attempt from the summon. It was a good attempt, but he saw it coming and he rolled through it. And now we're still fighting. A couple of big swings, the host is low health, but he managed to heal up and the War Goblin's back on the front foot. He's going to come at you guys. He's just going to keep coming at you. Once he runs out of tears, he doesn't care. He's not going to start taking it easy. He's not going to back off and look for an easy escape. He's going to push forward and try and bring the fight to you and finish it off in style. Finish it off like a true warrior. He doesn't mind about dying. Death is just a natural cause. Everyone is going to experience it one day or another, and for the War Goblin is looking for the perfect death to a true warrior. No one's managed to bring it to him yet. That's what he's looking for, and that is why he approaches every fight with such aggression. Because if you're the one who can handle what he's bringing, and you're the one who can match it, and you're the one who can bring the War Goblin the perfect death, then more power to you, and well done. That's what we want, guys. We want the perfect death. Unfortunately, these two weren't able to bring it, but that was still a great fight regardless. Now, how's this for spawn? Absolutely bonkers. We come into the academy, we've just got a horse in his summon, going absolutely ballistic as soon as we get there. So we stick around, we have a little brawl, just the kind of situation the War Goblin thrives on. Bit of action straight away, straight into it, but we're taking a bit of damage, so we back up, we get healed, and then we go back in for some more fighting. Just what we want to do, guys, just what the War Goblin loves doing. And look at the Beast Roar there, perfectly finishing off that summon as he was running away low health. Absolutely spot on. It doesn't do a load of damage, the Beast Roar, but it kind of suits this build because we've got all the buffs to our Roar shouts, you know, like the Roar Ashes of War. We've got the Roar Medallion and the Highland Axe, both giving it a little buff. So it's really good for some long range harassment. You know, if you get someone down to low health like we had that summon as he was running off, you can use it to finish him off. Or, you know, when we had the horse down to one shot as well, we used it to finish him off. And it just looked really cool, we did it in style. And it suits the build. The War Goblin's a very angry little guy, very angry little green man. So we use it because it's a shout. And it just, you know, it fits perfectly to our character, and that is what we're all about on this channel. That's what I'm all about, making characters, making play styles. I always say that, don't I? You've got to make characters, you've got to make play styles. And again, you know, the Troll's Roar there, the Ash of War, it's a roar, it's a shout. It suits the build, it's another loud little shouty McShoutson. Just what the War Goblin's all about. Really good. And we're getting the buffs, remember, from the Talisman and the Highland Axe, so we get some good damage on that when it lands. The follow-up slam, this one here, quite hard to land. Like, they can often roll out the way of it, but when it does land, it feels super satisfying because they just get absolutely squashed. And it does good damage as well, you know, you can't forget about the damage. It does do really good damage when it lands that. Squash them on the old head. Squash them down to a pulp. Oh, the War Goblin just loves violence. And by the way, where has this wizard come from? This was a 2-on-1 and now all of a sudden there's a wizard and it's a 3-on-1. But it's all good because the War Goblin loves the challenge. He just loves the challenge. If he can come close to death during a fight, if they've got an extra man, well, that's nothing to worry about. He just embraces it. Watch this, we bring them into a little tight space there. They're going to chase us in through that gap, and we hit them with a flaming strike, break one of the summon's guards, and it's an easy critical attack, and we managed to take one of them out. So although it was a 2-on-1, then it went to a 3-on-1, now it's back to a 2-on-1. But look at this sneaky little wizard, he's got his old sleep swords out, and he's really causing us some bother here because he's already put us to sleep once. Or was it twice? Oh, that might be twice. Or is it 3 times? Who knows? But look at our health. That was nearly the end, but we managed to back up and get a sneaky heal in. Now we've got to focus this wizard. It's causing us too much bother with them sleep swords. We've got to take him out of the picture and then we can just focus on the host and bring this invasion to an end. Keep up the pressure, switch to the Starfist, and he just jumps off the ledge. I think he just knew what was going to happen. And rather than take the death from the War Goblin, you know, he just thought, I'll just end it all now. I'll just end it all because I know death's inevitable when I'm against the War Goblin. Oh, look at this. The host manages to get a backstabber Rooney. But why is he run off? He got the backstab. He could have stayed there and tried to capitalise on it. But no, he's chosen to run back up here for some reason. I don't know why. He's probably trying to summon one of his buddies back in. But I've got to kill him before they get back in. He's not touched a sign yet on the ground. You know, I've not had that symbol saying another summon's on the way, but I don't want it to get to that point. I'm just going to kill him before he even manages to find a sign on the floor. That is the plan. And look at the offhand axe. You can keep up a lot of pressure with that. Mix the swings up. Left, right, 1, 2, float like a butterfly, sting like a pretty nasty hammer in your face. Sting like a great club on fire, all's up in you. Look, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Offhand axe, some nice swing combinations. We've got the Great Club in our main hand, Highland axe in our offhand. Switch it up, Ash of War. Left, right swing, you know, left, right, all that good stuff. We can just mix up the timings. I love using an axe in my offhand. It's so good. Like, the timings of the mix-up on these attacks, it just feels so nice to play, honestly. This play style with an offhand axe, I do really, really like it. If you've never tried this, I would definitely give it a shot. You know, there's some good offhand weapons. Rapiers make good offhand weapons. You know, people use daggers offhand. There's loads of options, guys, but just having an offhand weapon is always fun. But try using an axe. There's something about the timing of the swings with the axe. Like, I really do recommend it. I really like playing with the axe and the offhand generally, not just for this build. Obviously, it suits the build because the Highland axe with the raw buff and all that stuff. It goes well with our setup, but just generally an axe in the offhand is really fun. I'd definitely try it. Now look at this little weird Schmeagle creature. He's like a teenage mutant ninja turtle, but he's not got a shell on. So he's like a shellless teenage mutant ninja turtle. But you know what that also means? It means he's a light roller. And I can't stand light rollers. Get out of my game. Even though you do look rather amusing. You do look rather peculiar and funny, and I get it. You know, I get it. I'm not void of humour, guys. I've got a sense of humour, I'd like to think. I can appreciate a funny, shellless Ninja Turtle cosplay. In fact, I'm all for it. At least it's not guts. So, you know, the fact that he's light rolling, on second thoughts, I'll accept it on this occasion just because you're doing a cosplay and it's not guts. I don't even know if it's meant to be a turtle, but you know, you've got the eye mask on. You've got the blue eye mask, so I presume you're trying to be Leonardo. He's the one who uses the swords, isn't he? Leonardo. But where's your shell, mate? You need that shell shield on your back if you're going to really commit to it. Just think about it. Like, I kind of like what you're doing, but you're not fully, like, committing to the role. I feel like you need to get in character a little bit more. Just embrace the turtle a little bit more. Put yourself in the mind of a turtle. And if you put yourself in the mind of a turtle, you've got to think, would a turtle want to be shellless? These are the questions you've got to ask yourself if you're doing a good cosplay. Put yourself in the mind of the cosplayee. Do you know what I mean? Is that even right? Put your mind in the place of the person you're trying to copy. You know, put your mind in the place of the cosplayer. And you will give yourself a shell, because turtles have shells. And look at this guy, look at him fat rolling all over the place. And he's got that awful mage playstyle. Did you see him launch? About, what, how many was there? About 6. What is it, the glintstone phalanx, that one? Is that right, the projectile one that he's doing there in the air? Glintstone phalanx, I think that is what it's called. I might be wrong. Apologies if I am wrong. But you know the one, it's just a projectile from a mage, and you know what he's doing, he's just spamming the living hell out of it, because that's what mages do. So I switch to the axe and I focus on getting him with the flaming strike, just because I want to teach him a lesson, because that is not a good playstyle, my dude. It's not a good playstyle. Think about your life and think about your actions, and think about the shame you're going to bring on your family when they see this footage. So we're back in Stormveil again. The good thing about level 30, I always say this when I invade at level 30, we get loads of Stormveil invasions, and it's just the absolute best, because Stormveil is probably the absolute best invasion spot in the game, and invading at level 30 you get loads of them. So, you know, there's nothing to complain about, it's all good. And we've gone from a rather interesting cosplayer who was doing some kind of shellless little pathetic shellless turtle with a samurai swords, which was rather amusing. And now we've got another cosplayer, and guess who it is? You'll never guess who it is, guys. I'll give you 3 guesses, but I don't think you'll get it, because it's just so uncommon and so unheard of. This is like the unicorn of cosplayers, because you just never, ever see anyone cosplaying as Guts. You never see anyone cosplaying as Guts. Honestly, it's a rare sight to see someone cosplaying as Guts out in the wild. It actually takes someone a lot of guts to cosplay as Guts, just because it's such a rare appearance, and you'd be scared that people might not know what he was trying to do by cosplaying as Guts, because he's that rare, he's that seldomly seen. Do you know what I mean? we just never see Guts, do we? So, you know, hats off to this Guts cosplayer here, this Guts cosplayer. Hats off to this Guts cosplayer, because he's got some balls and he's got some major originality to cosplay as Guts. Oh man, if I never see another Guts in my life, it'll be too soon. Ah, I'm setting up a club, guys. I'm setting up an I Hate Guts club. If you hate Guts, give me a hell yeah in the comments. Give me a hell yeah if you're sick of seeing Guts. Let's get some hell yeahs. Hell yeah for I'm sick of seeing Guts. Get out my game. get out of Elden Ring. Stop cosplaying as Guts, man. Ah, for God's sake, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm gonna release a compilation video, and it's gonna be an hour-long video of me just complaining about cosplayers who are doing Guts. That'll be an amusing video, won't it? That's something you all want to see, I'm sure. You know, maybe to get the message across though. I'm sick of Guts, guys. I'm just sick of him. Every time I see him now, I'm going to have a right old whinge about him. You're just going to have to get used to that. I'm sure you're used to it already, because I've already had a good old whinge about him for the last 6 months. Anyway, I've just totally ignored this invasion. I just had a really good fight with the two dudes up there, even though one of them was Guts. And the host, he's just legged it all the way to the other side of the castle, so I was stuck up there fighting his two summons. Then it took me about 20 minutes to find the host, but when I did, I found him in that little room there, and I just killed him. You know, it's as simple as that. I just killed the host, found him, killed him, took him out. GG's, see you later. Now this is a good one as well, guys. You know, this video, I've got to say, we've not had many overlevel summons in this one. No crazy, like, you know, horrible setups to deal with. It's been quite a respectable video in terms of like who we're fighting, the setups they've got. Hats off to everyone who's been in this video for these fights. Even the Guts guy, I'm only joking. You know what I mean. If you're having fun playing Guts, you play Guts, but don't expect me to be happy about it. And I'm going to have a little whinge about it from now on, and I'm just going to carry the trend on of having a whinge about Guts every time I see him. But overall, yeah, there's been some good fights, some really fair fights, and this just shows how good level 30 can be when it's not rife with over level summons and, you know, crazy million health points players you've got to kill before you get to the host and all that nonsense. Level 30 can be absolutely awesome for just some really long drawn out fights, some like wars of attrition. Definitely what the War Goblin wants out of his fights. Long, drawn out, chaotic, in your face, let's all swing at each other, whoever dies first loses. That is what you want, and that is why level 30 can be absolutely awesome. But yeah, this is a funny one to finish on, guys. It's the last invasion of the video. Thanks for stopping by again, watching. Hope you like the War Goblin. Again, this was my third build I ever made on this game, I believe. And I actually think this is the first build I made that kind of got me into the mindset of making character builds and really like focusing in on a certain play style and giving them a bit of personality and all that. But this is a funny one to finish on. We killed this summon and this guy's just legged it off. He's looking for a more convenient death, and this is quite funny. I'm going to let it play out. But thanks for watching, guys. Look after yourselves. Here we go. Squash. Look after yourselves, look after each other, and I'll see you all in the next video.